that particular date. That was a lot of shite. 1811. So, just a little bit of history on this beautiful open air theatre. It was built in 1866, many years ago, as you well know, and in 1873 it was unfortunately severely damaged by a fire. 4 years later, in 1877, they rebuilt the theatre until the Second World War, where in 1942 it was severely damaged once again by an airstrike on Malta itself. And this literally is the remains of it. And in 2015, a local company stepped in, or local charity stepped in, and got it to some sort of working order, which is what you see today. And just as I'm speaking, the sun comes out. Isn't that marvellous? And it's great that theatre, well, theatre all over the world is important, but obviously to the Maltese it's very important as well, because it's been destroyed several times and still it stands. I'm just going to give you a little quick peep over the wall. Hi guys, so we've just come into this theatre, and this theatre is one of the oldest in Malta, if not the oldest. It's on a street which is called the Old Theatre Street, which is awesome, and it was built here in 1731. It was actually built within 10 months of planning, which is pretty unbelievable. And the first performance here was a tragedy called 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. But just look at the artwork that's gone into this place. It's gone through lots of different stages over the years. Just look at the quality of these seats. Wow, beautiful, like silk. Is unbelievable. Like I said, yes, it's gone through many different stages throughout history. At one point it was actually closed down and turned into a cinema because the Royal Theatre opened in Valletta, which sort of took its place, the Royal Opera House. So this place sort of lost its status, but then years later they did, thank the Lord, that it was changed back into this wonderful theatre. It does make me wish that I was back performing once again. You do miss the theatre when you come out of it. And also it looks like you can see the gentlemen working. It looks like that they are setting up, putting markers on the seats. So it looks like they're setting up for a performance in the very near future, which is amazing to think that it's still going on. Yep, they're dividing the seats individually, so, you know, with COVID and all the rest of it. So it looks like this glorious theatre is going to be used once again in the near future. Wow, these little arches, so you would have your own little, you'd see they're in rows of 4, so you would have your own little section for you, 2.4 children, you and the children, and the good lady wife. Beautiful chandelier up on the roof there as well. Unbelievable. The grand piano on the stage, ready to rock and roll, ready to go. And then obviously you've got the balconies there where either the royalty would be, or the, well, those that have got a fair bit of money can be looking down right onto the stage. And also, if they're not sat there, then that can be used in the performance. But isn't it beautiful to think that this theatre is almost 300 years old, and to change it to a cinema? Why? Why? That's crazy. But I expect when it was a cinema, it was probably the most flamboyant cinema around. So we've just tried to get up to some of the royal boxes which you saw up across the top, but unfortunately it's all locked. So isn't it stunning? Isn't it beautiful? And to think that all this was built literally in 10 months. That is unbelievable. I think in England it would probably take them about 10 years to create something as beautiful as this. Yeah, amazing. So thank you for sharing that with us. I'm glad that we could share that with you. Sarah's got the camera right now and she's struggling on the stairs, bless her. And here we have a plaque commemorating all the chairmen over the years. Actually, that only goes back to 1960.
Reginald G. Miller.
Did you get that? See, I was chairman here in 96. You can see top. Reginald G. Miller, Glenn Miller. There we go. I get everywhere, me. So guys, inside this theatre, which is known as the National Theatre by the locals, it's the Theatre Manuel, and this is the gentleman that it's named after, the Grand Master Antonio Manuel, and it's one of the oldest theatres that's still working in the whole of Europe, and it's one of the best performing venues, one of the best performing venues in the whole of Malta as well. So I think a lot of the performing arts companies on the island of Malta, this is their goal, to be able to perform on here, on this stage, in that lovely theatre there. Okay guys, so we've just come out of the theatre. I'm just going to give you a quick blast of what this theatre is like. They're upgrading it. Like I said, it is one of the oldest theatres and it's a grade 1 listed building. And this is what it looks like from the outside. And so you can just tell the age of this theatre. And you would probably walk straight past, not even realising that it was a theatre, wouldn't you? But it is stunning inside, it must be said. Must be said, absolutely beautiful. So if you're ever down this way, and like I said, it's completely free as well. Just a small donation is all they require, and of course we had to sign in because of the whole COVID thing as well, and just leave some contact details and things like that. But if a venue is free to get into or a small donation, that's what I like. Look at all these little cafes along here. See the sea behind me there? Awesome. Oh my goodness. Look at this beautiful narrow streets all around Malta, and especially Valletta. We've not experienced anything like this before, but look at this decoration in the street. Awesome. Doesn't it look amazing? Doesn't it just look beautiful? Beautiful, handcrafted, hand painted little lampshades. We're going to have to come here of a night time when it's all lit up. I expect that of a night time it gets really busy and jam-packed with people sitting out having a drink and something to eat as well. So we're going to have to pop down this way in the evening, see it all lit up. I'm sure it's going to be absolutely stunning. So guys, you can see behind me we're in the middle of a square. Now this is nicknamed Victoria Square, obviously after the monument behind me there, but it's known to the locals and its real name is Republic Square. And the building, this gorgeous building that you see behind me here, started on it in 1776 by the Knights of Valletta, and then in 1811 it was turned by the commissioner into the library which it is today. But the library didn't just hold books, it held antiques and artifacts that were precious to the people of Valletta. And there we have it today. It still stands looking proud, it's still a library, and the antiques and artifacts are still held there. Okay guys, so we're up at the saluting battery that we told you about earlier. It's just coming up to 4 o'clock. We're going to see if we can grab some footage of this one. So hold on to your ears.
Evening gun! Fire!
So as you can see guys, that was very impressive indeed, and there is a real sort of structure to it, almost like a performance. And as you can see, there's lots and lots of people here. We only just made it. We got here at about 3 minutes to 4. So what I would suggest, if you're gonna come up and check it out and you don't want to go downstairs, it's only €2 or €3 to get downstairs, so you can get a bird's eye view of it. Well, not a bird's eye view of it, but you know what I mean. A closer look at it. Then you can always come up onto the top where we just were and watch it all for nothing. So, but what I would recommend, like I said, is to get here nice and early.
Travel,